I bought an apartment, but not the most expensive one downtown. I chose a nearly new development on the west side. It had 3 bedrooms and 2 living rooms with a south-facing balcony, totaling 138 square meters. The total price was $3.8 million. When I signed and paid in full, the salesgirl's hands were shaking. Not because $3.8 million was that much, but because my appearance didn't match someone paying cash. I was wearing a faded gray t-shirt covered in lint balls, and the hem of my pants was splattered with mud. She probably thought I was sent by my boss, until I swiped my card. The girl looked at the POS receipt, and her face froze for a second. But she didn't ask a single question. As a professional, I appreciate people who don't pry. Sunlight poured in through the massive windows, filling the floor with golden rays. There wasn't a single piece of furniture. Everything was so clean, empty, and quiet that I could hear my own breathing. Come pick up your stuff this afternoon. Your brother wants to turn that room into his office. Her tone was exactly like yesterday. Her breathing rhythm didn't even change. It was as if giving 4 apartments to my brother had never happened. Or rather, in her world, it wasn't even worth thinking about. Leaving the houses to the eldest son was just normal. Alright, I'll be there this afternoon. So, the moment I left, none of it mattered anymore. They never treated me like family. At 3 p.m., I arrived at the old house. My room was already almost empty. The sheets were thrown on the floor, and my clothes were stuffed into 2 trash bags. Even my books had been treated like garbage. Juanjo, pull out that nail too. And if someone gets hurt, don't blame your mother. Your brother is under a lot of pressure. The whole family depends on him. Just managing yourself is enough for you. You have it easy. In a couple of days, your sister-in-law will introduce you to someone. Given what you have, don't be too picky, okay? I grabbed my suitcase and walked to the door. My brother came out of the master bedroom. Juanjo, toughen up out there. If anything happens, call your brother. The pat on my shoulder was perfect, neither too hard nor too soft. Just like when we were kids and he'd take something from me, saying, your brother will buy you a new one. But he never did. 56 million, minus the 3.8 million for the house, still left 52.2 million. I locked my phone and rested it against the window. Outside, the buildings, trees, streetlights, and billboards were fading away. Only I kept moving forward. A letter of surrender. One person. A $3.8 million house. A bank card with 52.2 million. That was all I had. It wouldn't last until tomorrow. Tonight, my bath would be on the floor. When I lay down, the ceiling gleamed with pure whiteness. The new house didn't smell like anything. It didn't smell of my mother's sauerkraut, my sister-in-law's perfume, or my brother's tobacco smoke. It was as clean as a blank sheet of paper. Everyone thinks I can't live outside that house, but they don't know that even my floor is brand new. On the 4th day after moving, my sister-in-law called. Juanjo, are you free today? I've set up a lunch date with a girl for you. I was going to say no, but what she said next changed my mind. The girl's conditions are, how should I put it? Pretty average, just like you. You two match quite well. Don't be too picky. We match quite well. She didn't even ask where I live now, or how I was doing. She went straight to organizing my life. More than a date, it felt like charity. What time? At noon. At Old Flavor. I've already booked a table. You have to come. I spent less than 100,000 on all of this. For someone with over 50 million, it was like spending $10. But when I left the house, I put on that faded gray t-shirt covered in lint balls. It wasn't to save money. I wanted to see just how far they could go. When I arrived at the restaurant, my sister-in-law was already there. Sitting across from her was a girl, in a light blue shirt. She had clear eyes and sat up very straight. Seeing me enter, she stood up and smiled politely. Hi, I'm Suyo. She didn't speak loudly, but her voice was clear. I could feel it. Juanjo Shao works as a copywriter at an agency. He earns roughly the same as you. You two are. She smiled, but the smile didn't reach her eyes. The practical and economical type. Suya lowered her head and took a sip of water. She didn't reply. Neither did I. When the food arrived, my sister-in-law talked even more. Juanjo, honestly, he's a good guy, but he doesn't earn much. A little over 5,000 a month. Buying an apartment in this city? He's got it tough. Sister Sue, we're eating. Don't talk so much. My sister-in-law didn't catch that Suya was defending me and kept going. As his sister-in-law, I worry about him. Everything else is fine, but he lacks ambition. Look at his clothes, they're pilling, and he won't even change them. Suya, don't look down on him. With him, you just have to settle a bit. I picked up my chopsticks and started eating. Suya, on the other hand, grew serious. She put down her chopsticks and looked sternly at my sister-in-law. Sister Sue, your brother-in-law is perfectly fine. Don't belittle him. My sister-in-law paused for a second, then laughed. With that laugh that meant you have no idea. I'm just telling the truth. Me and I agree with your sister-in-law. She turned and looked at me, smiling with contempt. She expected me to play along, to say what I used to say. My sister-in-law is right. I'm not cut out for this. Sister-in-law, yes, the food is getting cold. Let's eat. You two are on the same level. You manage just fine. Don't aim too high. Suyao didn't respond to her anymore. She just bowed her head and ate. Every now and then, she glanced at me. Suyao, think about it on the way back. Financially, you two fit really well. Suyao smiled without saying a word. The click-clack of my sister-in-law's heels faded further away. I also stood up. Let's go. I'll walk you home. Your sister-in-law always talks like that. You must be used to it by now. She frowned, looking like she wanted to say something, but gave up. The traffic light turned green, and we crossed the street together. Reaching the corner, she stopped. What she said isn't true. She looked at me, her eyes completely serious. A person's worth doesn't depend on how much they earn a month. I didn't say anything. He continued, thanks for today. The food was really good. Suya, thanks. He already has.